Hello and welcome to the November edition of Community Connect, brought to you by the Marshall Area Chamber of Commerce. This month's guest is Melissa Bruns. Melissa is the site director for the Hope Harbor Marshall location. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about all the good things that happened in October, including on October 4th was the celebration of hope at Grace Life Church, which goes to support Hope Harbor, where Melissa works at. This amazing brought in over 200 people and had some great testimonials as well. Mel, what do you think about that? What do you think?
It was really my favorite year. People, I've told people that and they're like, I bet you say that every year. I was like, I don't always say that every year. Sometimes there's hiccups and things that happen, but this was absolutely my favorite.
Yeah, testimonials were just a knockout by a couple of the mothers and one of the daughters in the program. Just an amazing night. Monday the 7th was our very own Taste of Marshall event, which is the following Monday. We had a whopping 26 food vendors and 540 people attend. Mel, that was your first Taste of Marshall event.
Yeah, it was awesome. You really talked me into going, and I'm glad. I'm definitely going next year. I wish I would have brought a few more people along, but
yeah, it is a lot of fun. The next night, on the 8th, the Chamber put on a local candidate forum at the library. This included the school board, city council, and the mayor's race. And as well as the one county commissioner race. So thanks to everybody that came out. It's important that you come out and listen to these individuals and why they're running. We're taping this on election day, by the way. So thanks to everybody that's gone out and vote. It's a very important thing to do, as you all know. SMSU homecoming weekend was the weekend of the 11th. What a fun weekend to be out and about. It was great weather. Seen some faces I haven't seen in a while. Great parade. Football game with a great atmosphere. We didn't win, but it was still a lot of fun all weekend long. So thanks to all the organizers here on campus who put that fun weekend together. October 17th was the RAP event. RAP stands for Women's Rural Advocacy Program, another important organization here in the southwest part of the state. Good turnout for a good cause. Good cause for a program that I kind of wish we didn't need to have, but it is important that they are here, and RAP stands for Women's Rural Advocacy Program. Again, thanks to all the volunteers that put that event together. And finally, the Marshall Downtown Business Association put on Moonlight Madness on October 24th. We had about 80 women downtown for this event, thanks to those who did some local shopping that night, and also to our staff, the chamber staff that helped organize that event, and all the downtown members. So good event, and don't forget to do some shopping this upcoming holiday season too. But all right, Melissa Bruns again is the site director for the Marshall Hope Harbor location. Again, thanks for being here. Hope Harbor, what is the mission? What services do you provide, and what is Hope Harbor all about?
Yeah, so Hope Harbor, our mission is to give hope to families by equipping, empowering, and anchoring them to Jesus. We have been operating in Marshall for nearly 20 years now. We were founded in Marshall by 3 women who just really had a passion for building strong families and families being able to thrive together. And so from that foundation over the past 20 years, we have added 2 additional locations, one in Parker, South Dakota, one in Winona, Minnesota. That one just recently closed, but we are looking to expand into another community again. And really, the purpose of our program is to help rebuild families, to help families come together with a strong structure and repair some of the foundational cracks that sometimes come in with families. We provide services for teens on site that cover a gamut of things. A lot of the kids that we work with have a past history of maybe trauma or abuse, some mental health challenges, maybe have had, some trouble with the law, some substance abuse needs, those types of things. So we provide services on site to really help those families come back together and heal.
Mm-hmm. So what is the need? You kind of touched on it a little bit. What is the need for an organization like Hope Harbor, and what impact have you seen on families over the 20 years of working with the families?
Yeah, so in that time, parenting really is one of the things that defines a generation, and there's been a lot of things over the past 20 years that we have seen come through. I would say a couple of the things that are sort of big the past, I would say 5 or 6 years. One is just a big increase in anxiety in youth, and sort of a breakdown of the family structure or what the family roles are. We have seen a lot of that sort of post-COVID. COVID really had an impact on how families interact and what that looks like, and then definitely that anxiety. So that's been a really big trend that we've seen the past few years. I would say another one really is just how families navigate the digital world, social media, phone use, all that kind of stuff, and the impact that that has on anxiety and mental health and family structures in general. So as we work with families, we really just want to come alongside them in all kind of areas of parenting and family needs, and help parents get the tools that they need to pour into their kids and their kids to get well.
So what does the day-to-day look like at Hope Harbor? You might think, the girls are here, families are not here. So how does that come together, and what does that look like day to day, and how do the families get involved?
Yeah, day to day, we really do a holistic program that has as many of the services as possible on site. Pretty much all of our services really are on site. We provide on-site education. We have a teacher, a licensed teacher who works individually with the girls. We have girls ages 12 to 17 in Marshall. So different academic levels, different grades, all of that. So our teacher works with them, providing education year-round and getting them caught up in school and transferring their credits back. We have on-site biblical counseling. Our counselor works individually with the girls one time a week or more, and also does group skills classes with them. And then that counselor also works with the parents on a weekly basis for individual biblical counseling and parenting classes as well. And then in addition to the counseling, the education, our staff works comprehensively through a lot of different life skills training, whether that's recreation, taking care of a home, taking care of yourself. What are healthy boundaries? What are healthy friendships? All of those types. How do we resolve conflict in a healthy way? Coping skills, that type of thing. And then the last component of our program is the spiritual growth piece. We are a Christ-centered, biblically based ministry, and so we provide families with the opportunity to learn what their faith might look like and how that incorporates into their family.
Of course, families have to come down every single Friday, right?
Absolutely, yep. And for some families, our service area, we say, is a reasonable weekly driving distance, reasonable for if a family is willing to drive. We've had families as far as 7 hours one way. A family that just finished our program, they were about 15 minutes from the Canadian border, so driving down every week and back. So our program really is unique. There's not a lot of other programs. There's not a lot of services like this, period, but especially not ones that are faith-based and have that parent support and requirement. So when families come to us, that really is what they're looking for.
Is the residential program the only service Hope Harbor provides, or are you out in the community adding in additional resources?
Absolutely. We do have an aftercare program that is for the families that have completed the program. We have an aftercare specialist who works with them. And then we also provide a lot of resources to the community. Our aftercare specialist and other staff too do provide community classes, whether it's on parenting or other topics that pertain to youth. We love to go into schools and talk about social media safety, online safety, human trafficking, all that kind of stuff. We worked with a lot of faculty in schools. We worked with youth leaders or just other youth-serving organizations, daycare providers, churches, schools. So we love to provide those types of resources too.
For families that could be struggling, do you have any words for encouragement that for families that are looking for help, or suggestions how they determine it's time to get more help?
Absolutely. You had said earlier with another organization, it's too bad that we need these services. We kind of think the same with us. We wish that we didn't have to exist because the reason that we exist is there's a breakdown in the family structure and there's healing. However, there is hope. There is resources out there. Not every family that contacts us maybe needs placement. They may not always be at that place where they need that help. If families are considering placement, wondering, is it time to get some help? It's definitely just time to give us a call and talk. We will talk through things with you. We'll provide outside resources if we can. We'll provide our recommendations just from the things that we've seen. And if it is time to maybe consider placement and additional help, we'll walk you through that.
Okay, great. How can community members get involved in the work at Hope Harbor or find out more about Hope Harbor?
We absolutely love operating in the Marshall community. We've had so much support here. It's just incredible, whether that's through volunteering, events, church supporters, small groups, that kind of thing. So businesses, all of that. One of the big needs we always have is just volunteering. Our girls love to have people come on site, and whether it's working one-on-one with them, maybe doing some school tutoring or mentoring, cooking meals with them. We have so many leaves in our yard, or always looking for help with yard work, that kind of thing. Or just other maintenance needs or things around the house. We have people that come in maybe individually or with groups, one time, occasionally, regularly, whatever. We're always looking for board members. You serve on our board. Thank you for that. Looking for board members. So volunteering is a great way. We have a lot of events. That is one of the ways that we do bring awareness to the work and then also raise funds for the ministry. We just had our big Celebration Hope event that you emceed. We have a Christmas open house coming up in December the 18th. One of the few times that we're able to open up our home to others to come through. So we really encourage people to come to that. We are planning an axe throwing tournament in February. That's kind of a new thing. We're excited to do that with Wings Axe Company. We'll do a dessert frenzy. So there's a lot of events and ways to get involved in that way. And then, of course, giving. We don't exist to raise funds, but if we don't raise funds, we won't exist. And so giving support in that way is, of course, a huge way. And if people want to learn more about Hope Harbor, you can go on our website to hopeharbormn.org.
And there's a couple of things that right now, how you can support them. Obviously, you can go support from their website. There's a quilt raffle going on right now. That's going on through November 18th.
Yep, a couple weeks.
So you can go, it's a $10 ticket, so it's a pretty reasonable ticket for a really great looking quilt. Of course, Give the Max Day is coming up here. It's starting right now. It's through the whole month of November. You can support Hope Harbor and other organizations in the area from Give to the Max Day. So, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Let's talk about all the good things that are happening in November. This upcoming Thursday is at the Marshall Area YMCA is hosting their Kings and Queens social event at the Upper Room. This is a super great, fun event. I went to it last year. You play cards, you can play poker or whatever. You win chips, which you can put towards prizes. So again, they are still looking for people to attend if you're interested in going to that. Another important nonprofit organization in town. Choices Pregnancy Center, which is a fairly new organization here in the Marshall area, is hosting Jason Gray, who actually I'm almost certain that is from the Marshall area. He's going to be in town next Monday, the 11th, at 5 Family Ranch. No cost to attend, but you can support this amazing organization at this event. I know I'm going to be there, and Mel, I think you're going to.
Absolutely.
If you haven't heard one of, he's pretty well known for a few of his songs. So go on YouTube and find a few of his songs. Give the Max Day is on Thursday the 21st. This is an excellent way to donate to your charities in Marshall. A good way to go is givemin.org. You can search by zip code. See what all the amazing organizations we have here in the Marshall area. Our chamber annual meeting, we're a nonprofit as well. An awards luncheon is held on Wednesday, November 20th at Everspring over the lunch hour. Come join us this year and hear about our highlights from the last year and hear about our award winners. We're also invited Bruce Neustadt, and Bruce is the Retailers Association president of Minnesota, and he'll be our keynote. He'll talk about some policy, things going on in businesses. Of course, we'll know more here in a few weeks after the elections get fleshed out and what we expect for the next upcoming legislative session. On Thanksgiving, Grace Life Church is hosting a community Thanksgiving meal for anyone that wants to attend. Be sure to reach out if you would be interested. I would imagine that's something you volunteered at before.
Yeah, it's incredible. And they actually usually, donate extra food and things like that afterward, often to Hope Harbor. So we always look forward to those desserts.
Yeah, thanks to Grace Life and our friends over there. Light Up the Night will be starting on Friday, November 29th. Of course, this is Black Friday. There'll be a parade through town. It'll end at Independence Park. Traditionally, there's some fireworks, and that's when everything starts. All the lights, the nativity scene, Santa, and all the good things. We're pretty blessed to have something like that in Marshall.
That's a great event. Our girls love to go help volunteer and set up and stuff there. And then that's when our families come and do visits with the girls on the weekends, they usually take a trip through there, which is awesome.
And finally, Mel, I know you're a huge supporter of this, is the shop your local shops here in the Marshall first. If you can't find something, then you can go elsewhere, shop online, but consider shopping first. Our businesses count on you as shoppers to shop them. There's a reason it's called Black Friday, because they run in the red all year long, and then finally they can things go well, I guess, on Black Friday. So please continue shop local here on the Marshall area. Of course, there's Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, the weekend of Thanksgiving. And that also on that Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, we'll have Santa downtown. I think there's some llamas coming back, all in downtown Marshall, right next to Mainstay Cafe. All these events in November can be found on our website at marshallmn.org. You can also take a look at the visit page at visitmarshallmn.com. Thanks again for tuning into the November edition of Community Connect, and thank you to our guest, Melissa Bruns. Next month, in December, we're going to have Sean Deacon. Sean is the chair of the Prairie Dance Alliance, who will be our guest, and he'll give us a rundown what we can expect from the Nutcracker performance this year. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.